Today is another eating day for Rockstar Eater, and guess where I am at today? I am going to be eating pho, which is Vietnamese noodles. The most popular Vietnamese noodle soup in Vietnam, and is making a splash all over here in the US as well. Pho, of course, did not originate in the US, but it is definitely one of the top things that you must try if you are visiting Los Angeles. If you remember, I had a video just a while ago called 10 things that you should eat in LA, which are 10 of the foods that you must try when you're visiting Los Angeles. And pho, you know, there's some places in America that makes it really well, and some places that don't really make it quite as good. But here in Los Angeles, you'll actually find that there are a lot of really great pho places that really make this dish so well. So that's why I want to take you on a tour to show you this awesome thing that you must try when you are visiting Los Angeles. It's cheap, it's delicious, it's authentic here, and it's just something that you just would love to eat for both lunch and dinner. It would just make a great meal all around. The restaurant that I'm going to be eating at today is called Pho 999, which is one of the most popular pho chains in Los Angeles. Now, I chose this place not only because it's nearby, but it actually made LA Weekly's top 10 pho restaurants in Los Angeles. So that means it is pretty good. I mean, who would have thought that one of the best pho places that looks such like a hole-in-the-wall place could actually be one of the best places to eat at in LA? So when I come to a pho restaurant, there are some things that I usually love to get, and there are some varieties for everybody actually. You got like your rare steak right there, you got your Pho Bo, which is like beef balls, and then you got your Pho Ga, which is chicken. So it's kind of almost like a chicken noodle soup. But what I usually like to get when I come here, and I would recommend it is, if you're an adventurous eater, is to get something like #1, which has a combination of like steak and brisket and flank and tendon and tripe. Yeah, so that is something that you should definitely try, and that's probably what I'm gonna get today. We got some of this hoisin sauce, and this is the sriracha. So usually what people like to do is that they would like get one of these and put like the hoisin sauce and to dip the beef in here from the noodles. But like if you're like me, I usually like to get like this sriracha and just like pour it all over the pho and just enjoy it like that. The pho came out like really quickly, and that's one of the great things about pho restaurants is that when you sit down and you order these noodles, oftentimes they'll just be out like just within a few minutes. And it's not because it's like fast food or anything, we're just like sitting there. Rather, it's just very easy for them to prepare all this in the kitchen in order to get it out right away. So the first thing you want to do when you come to a pho restaurant and after you order and get your food is that you want to sample the broth, because this, I would say, is one of the 2 key ingredients in a pho. Because I've been to pho places where like the broth was just really not that flavorful. It was just bland, it didn't really have much of that beef flavor, or just like something that would just make it really stand out. So first thing I would say is to try the broth when you come here first before you really dig into the noodles. Just like in a ramen restaurant, how you would try the broth first before digging into the noodles, you do the same thing in a pho place as well. Yep, that's really good. That's really good actually. It's like so flavorful. You could taste the beef, you could taste the the coriander, and maybe has a little bit of that sweetness to it as well, the right balance of saltiness. I mean, the reason why I like it is that it's so thin, but it's so flavorful at the same time as well. It's like the total opposite of a tonkatsu Japanese ramen broth. This pho broth is like so light, but it's so flavorful at the same time. Then the noodle time. Noodle time. Mmm. Mmm. The noodles are so fantastic as well. It's really chewy. You could taste the rice flavor in it, and so thin as well. You can taste that freshness to this noodle. You know, I've been to pho places where like the noodles were just really not that good. It's like not fresh. It just breaks apart so easily. But this place has really great noodles, and that's what you should be looking for in pho, is that these rice noodles, these vermicelli noodles should be like, it should be thin, but it's also have a fresh taste, chewy flavor to it that would just complement the broth. And when you have that, you pretty much have your winning pho. But then of course, there is the meat as well, which we need to analyze. I think that's the beef ribeye sliced. No more pinkness in there, which means that it's ready to eat. Mmm. Nice taste to it. It almost kind of reminds me of like the sliced beef you would put like in shabu shabu or those Chinese hot pots, but with more of that pho broth flavor to it. Here we go. I think, what is this one? I believe this might be the brisket actually. Yeah, this might actually be the brisket here. Let's give this one a try. Mmm. Has a very nice chewiness to it, fattiness as well. It's very soft, kind of like almost melts in your mouth, but it's just chewy at the same time. So there's the tendon right there. This is the next one that I'm going to eat. And like I said, if you're a very adventurous eater, you should definitely include this in your pho as well. Just as I expected. It's very soft, it's very chewy, tastes just like a tendon. I decided to get the Vietnamese iced coffee today, so it comes out like this, just like that. So you can mix all the condensed milk with the Vietnamese iced coffee. And let me tell you, this is extremely strong, so you gotta, if you're not like one of those strong coffee lovers, then stay away from this. And here we go, pour all of that in there. Yeah, like that. Mmm. Yikes. It is definitely very strong. It's like coffee on steroids right there. That's why I love Vietnamese iced coffee. It's like one of the, you know, like I said, I'm not much of a coffee drinker. Maybe you've heard that in some of my previous episodes, but whenever I do like to, whenever I get a chance to drink coffee, I usually like to get like iced coffee, whether it's from like 85-degree bakery, like that sea salt coffee, which actually tastes very similar to Vietnamese iced coffee. It's like, it's strong, it's sweet, and it's milky all at the same time. Gonna get some of that soup with that bean sprout and some of that leaves right there. It's like so much freshness in your mouth. It's like that beef soup tastes with just the freshness of the mint leaves and the bean sprouts. It's just so awesome. Well, I hope I've inspired you on eating pho when you visit Los Angeles. Like I said, it's cheap and it's authentic. It's so tasty. Well, anyways, that does it for this edition of Rockstar Eater. If you like this episode, then please do give me a thumbs up. Also, comment in the section below if you have anything to say, especially if you would like to recommend any great pho places for me and for the world. And finally, the best way to support me is to subscribe to this channel. Go to the bottom, hit the subscribe button on the right hand side along with the notification bell, and you'll be getting these awesome episodes on a weekly basis. Well, anyways, that does it for this episode. I got to get in my car and I have stuff to do for the rest of the day. Oh, actually, there's a donut shop right over there. I wonder if I should get some donuts before I go. Let's see. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go get a donut before I go. You know, donuts are one of the best things to eat in LA as well.